You have listened the lines, woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. These popular lines were written by Robert Frost in his poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. So today again I am going to take one of the poem of Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. Before we shall discuss the stanza of the Road Not Taken, we shall discuss about the poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost was one of the American poet. He belonged to neoclassical age and he was a regional poet. Robert Frost was born on March 26, 1874 and his father's name was William Prescott, who passed away when Robert Frost was only 11 years old in the year 1885. His mother's name was Isabel Moody, and Isabella Moody was interested in writing poems, and Robert Frost himself was influenced by his mother, Isabella Moody. He was married to his classmate Eleanor Miriam White at the age of 21. When he reached to the age of 21 in the year 1895, he was married. He got a son also, but unfortunately in the year 1900 he was passed away. Then in the year 1912 he decided to return to England because his poems were not appreciated in America. So he sold his farm at Derry and returned to England. There he met some British poets and he took interest in writing poems again, and he developed a friendship with Edward Thomas. Edward Thomas was a famous poet of those days in Britain, and with him he wrote so many poems. His first collection of poems, A Boy's Bill, was published in the year 1913. When he came to America, his poems were appreciated again, and it was published in, already I have told, in 1913, and during in those days World War first started. Then his another collection of poems, North of Boston, was published in 1914. After this, The Mountain Interval was published in the year 1916. From that volume, this poem is taken, The Road Not Taken. And again he wrote many volumes in different years. In the year 1923, he wrote New Hampshire. In the year 1928, he wrote Best Running Brook, and again he wrote A Further Range in 1936, A Witness Tree in 1942. He wrote one more collection of poems, Steeple Bush, and at last he wrote In the Clearing in the year 1962, and after the publication of this volume of poems, he himself passed away in the year 1963. One more important thing I want to tell you, that he was invited by Kennedy, John Kennedy, when he was becoming President of America. So at the ceremony he was invited and he read his poem at that ceremony. Now let us come to the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Lee Frost, recipient of Pulitzer Prize not only one or two times. He was the recipient of Pulitzer Prize 4 times. He was the poet laureate of America also. Now see the poem that is written in iambic tetrameter, and rhyming scheme of the poem is a. Wood is rhyming with stood. So here it is also A, and both is rhyming to undergrowth. So both and undergrowth are rhyming in the same way. So they are B, and would, stood and could are rhyming in the same way. So they are A. So rhyming scheme of the stanza is A, B, A, B. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood. There were two roads. Means it was extending, the road was extending to different ways from a point. One leading to the north, left side, another to right side. And he was at this junction. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. There was bifurcation of the roads. Yellow wood, poet has used the word yellow. So he used yellow because it was autumn season and the leaves of the trees became yellowish. They were drying. And wood means forest. So the roads were passing through from the jungle, from the forest, and the forest was in yellowish color because of autumn season. It is said by some critics, but some other people say that he was passing through the forest with his friend Edward Thomas, and some people say that he was indecisive when he was leaving America and going to Britain. So there are different views by different people about this poem. And sorry, I cannot travel both. He is repenting that he could not move on both of the roads. He could move only on one road, so he was bound to select one road out of two. And sorry, I cannot travel both and be one traveler. Being one of the traveler, for a long time he was in standing position and looked down one as far as I could. He looked one of the road to the extent he could see, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. To the extent he was turned to the undergrowth. Undergrowth means the brush beneath the trees. So beneath the trees, at the brush, it was turned. Up to this extent, he saw that road. So I think the stanza is clear. So one more poetic device is used by the poet, that is anaphora. He used anaphora as and. All three lines are beginning with the same word. So here is use of anaphora. When any word comes in the beginning of every clause of the poem, then that is known anaphora. So in every clause, new word is being used. So here is the use of anaphora by the poet Robert Frost. Now note down some questions that you must attempt at your home. Question number first, where did the two roads diverge? Question number second, what does yellow wood represent? Third question, how many roads diverge in the yellow wood? And last question, what do you mean by the word undergrowth? I think the stanza is clear to you. Thank you.